Oh, I had such a good introduction done. All right, let's start again. Okay. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. I'm a loctician. I specialize in microlocs, and in this video, I'm going to tell you all about microlocs from my experience of microlocs. I've had my microlocs for the last 11 years now that I've had microlocs, and I will try and cover some of the questions that I frequently get asked about microlocs. You can't help but start talking about microlocs from your journey, your natural hair journey. And why I say that is because growing up, I had a relaxer. My first relaxer was done in when I was 11, so I can't remember the year. And yeah, I enjoyed that. Her hair was juicy, bouncy, curly. You get like you'd go to a salon, you get your hair done, and this at the time was in Ghana, where you'd go to a hair salon. Um, get the relaxer done. Sometimes it'll burn. You'll get scabs in your scalp. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that wasn't fun. And then they usually do a roller set after, and they comb all the nice curls out. I hated it sometimes. Like you got a roller set done, and then the hairstylist or whoever decides to like comb all. I've got bouncy curls. I remember I always wanted to look like a Shirley Temple. I don't know, some I have to look up some pictures so I can show you what my vision of my ideal hair should have been. But yeah, they'll comb all the curls out. You have like nicely straight hair. Then a week or two later, you have to wash your hair, and then it reverts, so it does something funny. And then I mostly survived on like having cane rows and stuff for primary school. Then and then let me fast forward to because we're going to talk about microlocs. Let me fast forward to that. So in 2008, after quite an interesting hair journey of you have perm hair but your hair doesn't really grow long, then you start using. I didn't really do weaves. I did this thing called instant weave because I needed access to my scalp. I need to wash my hair frequently, so I would put an instant weave on, and I always tried to make sure it was something that matched my hair so it looked really natural. I've just naturally not like the like really fake look, or it's not your hair growing out of your head. That's me. So I did that, and I moved to styles like crochet. Now when I say I did that, by this point I was pretty much always doing my hair myself. So I would plan my hair for like a year, like what styles I would have, would go by hair. And I can get more into that later. I don't want to dwell on it too much. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Whatever. If it's useful, we'll see. So yeah, 2008, right before my wedding, I don't know what overtook me, and I just took a pair of scissors and I just cut my hair. And that was the first time I had full control over my own hair. And I remember I would play with my little curls. I was like, oh wow, okay, your hair's it's nice. And then you have to start figuring out what to do with it. So my hair was growing, and then I fell in love with twists. I fell in love with twists. I was like, oh, if we'd known, there would have been no need to do a relaxer. I could have lived in twists like forever. I liked the look. It was closest to the aka Shirley Temple hairstyle that I was that I made reference to earlier. Um, so twists was a thing, and then I thought, this process is not very efficient now, is it? Like, I do the twist, and I take them out, and then I'd have my afro hair out, and I'll be thinking, oh, because the thing with afro hair, a lot of people say to me, oh, it's so hard to manage. It is only if you don't know what you're doing. It is only if you're not used to taking care of it. But once you do, you realize. So the thing with and I promise you, I will cover that in any way that will be help. I like to like simplify the process. I like to think it through and then come up with a solution on how to make it doable and also make it fun. There's so much online these days where you see, and I'll do that. I'll curate. So on this channel, I will be talking a lot about microlocs, but I will also generally be talking about Afro hair and ways to make it easy to manage. I don't. Many people who have met me will know, or when they come into my hair studio, I say, "Oh gosh, your hair is amazing. Your hair is so soft. Your hair is so juicy. Your hair is so bouncy." We need to use positive language around our hair. Just because it's not straight and isn't easy to comb doesn't mean that it's difficult. It just gives us a bit of a challenge in terms of how we style, manipulate, etc. And amazingly, as you can see, based on the things black women, I'll say black women because due to their hair, um, hair is amazing. It can do so much. However, just because it can do so much doesn't mean we have to do all those things. I have a motto for Time for Hair, which is less is more. And over time, I'll be able to explain that more. I'll be able to explain that better. But when my clients come in here, we have such a good time. The conversations that we have, the conversations that I've been having over the last 2 years. Yeah, uh, I'll talk about the service that I provide. My, like I said, my humble, but also like VIP, great professional hair studio. It's like a very private. You get a one-on-one service. You get time and space to do work. Some of my clients bring their work in, and it's such a productive session. What I find about microlocs is that it's just easy in the sense that, like I said, this is the longest I've had my hair in this state. Yeah, this is the longest, and I'm loving it. I've loved every stage of it because, let's say, I decided to do content. It's January. It's post Christmas. I'm due a retie. I think my last no, not that I think, I know my last retie was in October. I tend to write them down, so I know I haven't had a retie since October. And unlike when I had loose natural hair, and you feel like, oh, my hair's not done. I need to style it. I need to do something. This microlocs, I could just get up and go. You just get up, you rock up, and you go, right? So, yeah, that's the main benefit of microlocs. Your hair is already in a style. Your hair is ready to be manipulated into other styles as well. Fair enough. It's not even a style. It's a way of wearing your hair. And there's so many benefits to it. It's quite professional. Now, I don't even have really tiny microlocs, because there's that whole conversation, sister locks, microlocs, um, but it has such range. So I did an installation in December, and my client was quite nervous and like, oh, how am I gonna style it? When we finished, oh my god, her reaction was everything about why I'm so glad I I decided to go into the microlog space and like do micrologs for women. She knew instantly that this is love. Yeah, this is something she's gonna be able to stick with, and she's not gonna have to cover it up and wait for it to grow or to be at a certain point to look a certain way, because it was just made for her. It's her hair, it's growing out of her head, and now she's just gonna have fun with it. No more, oh, I need to go and buy a pack of hair and do braids, and then you have to find a braider, and then let's not talk about what that experience might be, because I'm seeing a lot of hair loss from I love the styling techniques that people employ or use on their afro hair. Yeah, so this is probably just a bit of a ramble. I think I'm not even sure that I fully said everything I wanted to say about microlocs, but this is just a start, and as I'm warming up and getting into the practice of making content, it is what it is. So I'll stick with it. I'll upload the video, and yeah, more to come. Thank you for watching, if you've done, and yeah, hopefully see you in the next one. Thank you.